Welcome back to That's It. So I want to talk about Kumar Narine, a 17-year-old Jamaica Queen boy was missing on April 6th, which that was a Sunday, and he's nowhere to be found. The parents are worried. His community is worried about him. This is the first time I'm hearing about this news about the 17-year-old boy went missing on Sunday, April 6th. If anyone knows anything, please, let the authorities know in Jamaica, Queens, New York. Let the family know because they are worried, sick about this 17-year-old boy. And my heart and prayers go out to them. And I'm going to pray for them that they will find their son. The last ping was I believe, in Jamaica, Queens, near the residence where the parents live. And he was he was wearing a gray sweatpants, a black jacket, a gray Crocs, riding a blue bicycle. He weighs 125 pounds. His height is 5'7", black hair, brown eyes. If anyone heard anything or seen anything, please contact the authorities in New York. Please let the family know. I want to show you a clip of the parents' concerns. And if anyone knows, please say something.
In June. His family says he's also already enrolled at Malloy University for nursing on a full scholarship.
I just want to hold you. I don't know what happened.
But they haven't seen him since Sunday, April 6th.
Kumar did a very beautiful service.
His parents say he is a Hindu priest in training, and after Sunday service, he went to a music class, hung out with his father, and left to go by his grandmother's house, but he never made it there. Instead, they say they got a call from police.
I got a call from the cops at 11:30 asking me my name, my son's name, where is my son, and I said he's not home. I said to them, what's wrong? And they said they got a call from a friend, he's missing.
His cell phone last pinged near Jamaica Bay, about 2 miles from his home in Jamaica, Queens. The family says the NYPD and the Coast Guard searched the area, both land and in the water, but still no sign of him.
I'm not sleeping, I'm just looking at the door to see if he's at the door.
Friday, his parents, heartbroken and desperate for answers, showed us pictures of him in their family album.
This is him in the hospital.
When he was first born?
Yes.
Police say he still has not been found.
He's a sweet and loving child. I just want to know where my son is. It's unbearable.
Narine's high school senior graduation photo is now surrounded by Hindu gods, just feet away from the front door in the family home. As the family holds out hope, they will see him again soon.
Please, if you're seeing this, come home, baby. We all love you. Send me some signs so I can come and get you.
In Jamaica, Queens, Jennifer Bisram.
Okay. Like I said, if anyone knows anything about the disappearance of Kumar, please say something. Please contact the authorities in Jamaica, Queens, New York. The family is just unease, and they need to know where their son is because they're in agony. Obviously, they're not sleeping. They, there's missing flyers everywhere in their community, and we just hope and pray that their son is found safely. And if I know any more updated information, I will definitely let you guys know and continue to pray for the family. Now, I want to talk about the press conference that happened. And I know in my last video, I was very, upset, disgusted, which I'm still am disgusted and very annoyed about the whole press conference. In my opinion, I don't feel like it was necessary. I don't feel like a press conference was needed, to be honest with you. But now that I'm a little calm and have a more of a level head, and I'm not going to be in my feelings, I want to talk about the press conference and give more of my perspective. And I don't want to be like a dead horse, keep repeating myself. I just want to give my perspective and just tell you guys how unprofessional, that press conference was. How Minister Dominique just said all the nasty things about Jeff Metcalf and how Jeff Metcalf was disrespectful to his dead son by appearing at that press conference. Last that I remember, it's a public setting. Anyone can go to the press conference, okay? For Dominique and his team to escort Jeff Metcalf out of the building was very wrong and very disrespectful. There was no empathy. There was no nothing. It was just like he was the devil, and the devil had to get out of the building. When this man, in 24 hours, when his son died, forgave Carmelo Anthony right there and then, forgave him right on the spot, no questions, just forgave him. And you couldn't give this man grace for him to appear and attend the press conference. He was not saying anything. He was not even causing a trouble or making a scene. Even after the fact that the police, they called the cops on him and they had to escort him out of the building. He didn't make a scene. Did you see him stabbing anyone? Tell him to leave? No. It's kind of like the same thing with Carmelo. Austin Metcalf asked the kid to move, to leave underneath the tent because he didn't belong in that tent setting. And what did Carmelo say? Touch me and see what happens. Punch me and see what happens. And stab the kid. Unarmed kid in the chest and died. But Jeff Metcalf, he left gracefully and peacefully, even though he had the right to be there as a father who lost his son. And for someone who's a minister, which I found out he's not a minister, he's a fake minister, and, saying, I'm thinking that he's a child of God, a man of faith. For him to say all those disgusting things about the Metcalf family is appalling. To say things about blaming the school, about the weather, is appalling. And it tells you how not bright this man is and how the family hired this man to represent Carmelo Anthony. And I really feel sorry for Carmelo Anthony and his case because it's not looking good. It's not really looking good that you have this representative from the next generation, whatever his thing called. It's just disgusting and it's really unprofessional. He doesn't speak proper English. He just doesn't make any sense in that press conference. And all he was just trying to do is just trying to do the race bait to make Black community be on the family side. Make it seem like Carmelo did the right thing, like Carmelo was like some hero, that he did nothing wrong, and there was no accountability for Carmelo's action when he did that. He murdered someone. He murdered someone. And that I don't understand. I don't understand how you can condone this particular person, with a gun in his hand, sticking the middle finger, looking like he's in a rap video, and stab the kid. These are the people that you are you're approving, meaning not approving, but you are supporting, you're supporting a murderer who take another person's life. This is the person that you giving money to the family. Now, I understand everyone deserves, a proper due process. Everyone needs to get to a fair hearing. No one's not being discriminated by that. Okay? I just want to be very clear. But there's no but. However, to support this and give money to someone who took a life, who was unarmed, is unacceptable because you're believing what Dominic is saying. And what he's trying to do, if there is a trial, if there is going to be a trial, is trying to pull a juror to take their side, to make it seem like they're the victims, that Carmelo didn't do anything wrong, that he was defending himself. It was self-defense. When we all know, the whole world knows, that it was not self-defense. This was premeditated. He acted in intent to do harm, especially the language that he said. Touch me, see what happens. Touch me, see what happens. Austin Metcalf had no idea. He had no idea of his fate, that he was going to be stabbed in the chest and be dead. No idea. All he did was just touch Carmelo's book bag for him to move to a tent that he should have been sitting on. And no one's not asking the real question here. Why did he brought the knife to that track meet? Why did he do that? What was the whole purpose of it? No one's not asking a question. Everyone is just listening to this man, Dominic, who's a scumbag, okay, who has his own checker pass, okay, and have the audacity to judge someone else. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. And he has no right to throw stones. He doesn't. Because this is a man who lost his son, okay? Who lost his son. That he will never see his son graduate. He would never see his son get married, have children, go to college, graduate from college, could have been NFL, superstar. That would never happen for him. His life ended that day on April 2nd. But everyone is condoning what Carmelo did. Like he is some hero, some savior that he did nothing wrong. He did absolutely nothing wrong. And there needs to be, again, some accountability. And this needs to be condemned. You cannot just take someone's life because you were being touched. You just can't. And I'm sorry, like, it's not looking well. And I just feel like they should not have someone to represent them who is not equipped, and who's not educated in this whole situation. The family should leave it to the legal teams who know what they're doing. They're a real attorney, okay? I believe it's Howard. Howard is the attorney of Carmelo. And this Dominique, he's just trying to get clout. He's a clickbait or whatever you call it, okay? He's just trying to be the next, BLM movement, the next Jesse James or Al Sharpton, just to get recognized, just to have some type of meaning, which he doesn't, because obviously he doesn't make any sense. And I want to show you this clip video of this gentleman, what they said about Carmelo's case. It's not looking well, and he should just let the professionals handle the situation, and he should stay out of it. Whoops, hold on. Give me 1 second. There we go.
When the father of the victim showed up to the press conference, the person, I think it was a pastor, who was saying it was inappropriate, that is a horrible thing that he's doing for his family's client. Right? That shouldn't happen either. If this is a human thing, you want humans to be, he has the right to be there. Maybe you don't want him there. Maybe you embrace him is the way to do it. But one day, Mr. Anthony might need some forgiveness from Mr. Metcalf. Mm-hmm. That might happen. That's probably going to happen at some point if he gets convicted. And to sort of blow it up in the beginning is not the right way to handle this. Let the professionals handle this. And that person conducting the press conference is not a professional.
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah, that may have made things worse.
Things worse.
Yeah.
I agree. He made it a whole lot worse for Carmelo Anthony's case. And like I said in my previous video, I know that his attorney is pissed off and livid. What is this man doing? He's not making absolutely no sense. He looks very foolish and very ignorant, and it's not looking good. It's not. Because you trying to pump up and get all these black communities get upset, like the Metcalf family did something wrong. Like they're the evil ones. They just lost their son. And then you did not even embrace him. You did not even shake his hand and say that you're sorry. Let's unite together. Let's work this out. Nothing like that. When that man gave Carmelo Anthony grace and forgave him. Because just like that gentleman said, one day Carmelo's going to ask for that family forgiveness for what he has done. He murdered an unalive kid, a 17-year-old Austin Metcalf. So I agree with him 100%. And for the family not saying anything, for the family just to allow this rhetoric that, putting the family down, saying that the family deserved this, that Metcalf deserved this, that, free Carmelo, he's a hero, he did the right thing. I'm like, murder is murder. I just don't understand the justification of this. How is it okay? How is this okay? Because if it was if it was reverse and Austin stabbed Carmelo, forget it. There would be protests, riots everywhere in Texas. But because he's white, it's okay. People need to get with the program here. Okay? We're not in slavery. You cannot use slavery as this whole thing. Murder is murder. And they're using slavery, they're saying this and that. It's just ridiculous. You guys sound really ignorant and stupid by listening to this man. Because clearly he has no idea what he's talking about, what he's saying at all. He's blaming the weather. He's blaming the school. Now he's going to take some action against the school because the school expelled him. Rightfully so. You're not supposed to bring a weapon to school property. That's in the handbook. That's in every state. So I don't understand why he's getting upset. He's not going to graduate. Tough luck. He should have thought about that before he killed someone. Okay? He made that decision. He made that decision. Now he has to deal with the consequences by not walking, by not graduating with his fellow classmates. I'm sorry. The school have every right to do that. And now you're going to try to sue for what? You look stupid. You look ignorant. Sue the school for what? They have every right to expel him and kick him out, and he has every right not to graduate. He can graduate in prison, get a GED, like most inmates do. Get a GED. It's that simple. And that's the last thing you should be worrying about, his high school diploma, him walking. Again, you don't even care about his defense, about what's the next step, but you're worrying about him graduating. Again, no common sense, not very bright up there. Okay, I will be focusing on his defense team and what they're going to do. Are they going to do a plea deal, or this is going to go to trial? The last thing he should be talking about is trying to sue the school because the school don't want him to graduate. Listen, I agree with the school 100%. He should not be graduating. He should be expelled, point blank, period. Because number one, why did he bring the weapon to the track meet? Number two, you're not allowed to bring any type of weapon in the school. And and obviously if he was very smart and intelligent, he would have known this, okay? But clearly he doesn't. He doesn't. And it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. And I really feel sorry for Karmelo. I really do, because all this is they're just using him, in my opinion, just to get, some type of, what's the word? I don't know, just some type of recognition, especially with Dominique. I'm not going to call him minister because he's not a minister. He's a fake minister. And that all this, the money, everything that he said, again, is just trying to be in front of the camera, trying to, have people on his side, make it seem like, Karmelo is the victim, and trying to tank, if it goes to trial, try to tank the juror. It takes one person, like I said, it takes one person to say, we found Karmelo not guilty. It takes one person. And if everyone else agrees that he's guilty and one person says, oh, I don't think he's guilty, I think he did it to defend himself, then it's a mistrial. That's it. It's over until they try again. It takes one person. And that was the main goal that they were doing with that press conference. That's why I said it was a good PR move. But however, it backfired because that guy looked very ignorant, very dumb, didn't know what he was saying. And if I was the Anthony's family, fire him. Because if you keep him on, it's not going to look too good for your son, okay? Fire him because he has a checker pass of himself, okay? He has all these criminal records, like I showed you before, shaking a baby, with the baby head bleed. He has fraud charges and, assault charges, and like I said, people have a past, okay? We all have past that we're not, not happy with, but we all have a past that we're not, what's the word I'm trying to think of, we're not thrilled with, we're not happy with, but we all have a past and we don't throw stones on anyone else and judge them. And for him to judge someone else when he has his own past is just unbelievable. It's just unbelievable and crazy to me. Okay, like it's not going to go away. And then, he mentioned Sarah Fields. Sarah Fields, and I don't know the woman, you know what I mean? I just know that she was doing some stuff on her on X and on TikTok that she was just exposing the truth about Dominic. You know what I mean? And it is true. He was arrested. He got violent with one of his ex-girlfriends. He shook a baby. He has fraud charges and all that stuff. It is true. It is in the internet. So I don't know what she's lying about, but everything that she was saying is really true. It's not like defamation because everything's online. It's public knowledge, public record. You can just type in his name and you can see his mugshot and everything. So why are you getting upset? Are you getting upset because she's exposing the truth and she's telling people who you really are, which I feel like you're a fraud and you're just trying to get your 15 minute of fame, trying to be Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, which you're clearly not. And I want to point out he's not a lawyer. Everyone's saying that he's a lawyer. He is not a lawyer, and he even stated that he is not a lawyer. He's a representative of the Anthony's family to help Camilla, to help the black community, so the black community can be on his side, on Camilla's side, even though he committed murder. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that rich? And it's like when black people murder another person, if it's a white person or Hispanic or Asian, they get rewarded. They get rewarded and use the race card, using this, discrimination. But if it's the other way around, murder, slavery, this and that, it's just crazy to me. It's just crazy that one can do something and be a hero and they justify it. But if it's the other way around, then you're the devil. You are the devil. And it just crazy to me. Like, they don't even care about the facts anymore, you guys. They don't care about the facts, in which the facts are super important. The facts are important, not race, not the color of your skin. This kid murdered someone, took off, dumped the weapon underneath the bleachers. Then he asked the cop, is this considered self-defense? Like, get serious here. Like, really? And everyone is justifying it. The black community is justifying it's okay. Just like they did with George Floyd, making him a hero, a superstar. Like I said in my video, built a statue like he's Jesus, the Messiah, when he was just a criminal, a drug dealer, a fentanyl user. My gosh, but hey, he's black, you know. And the cop, Derek Sherman, he's a devil because he put his knee on his neck, which that was not actually true. If you looked at the real footage of the camera and the other side of the angle, he really didn't do that. But they painted it to be like that and made it seem like this cop killer killed a black man. When this black man, George Floyd, was actually a criminal, a fentanyl user, like I said, and among other things. But they built a statue like he's Jesus. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're black and you commit a crime, you get away with it. You get away with it. Just like OJ. He murdered his ex-wife and Ronald Goldman, and he got away with it. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, I don't want to go back in time, but let's say, hypothetically speaking, I have three theories. One, OJ could have murdered his ex-wife and Ronald Goldman. That's number one. Number two, he probably knew someone who killed them and cover it up and not say anything. Or number three, he hired a hitman to get rid of them because he was so jealous and controlling of his ex-wife. Okay? But you know what? Everyone has their day because now he's dead. And he was in prison for breaking in a hotel in Vegas trying to steal his memorabilia and stuff like that. So everyone has their day, okay? You know, like I keep saying, you can hide from the people, lie to the people, say all this stuff, but you cannot hide and lie from God because God sees all, he hears all. Wait on me and I will come. And there will be a judgment day. Just like OJ had his judgment day. Just like, you know, Karmelo Anthony will have his judgment day. And I hope and pray that he will go to prison because he deserved to go to prison. He deserved to go to prison and stay there and serve his time. And with good behavior, he may be released when he's 58. I don't know. I'm not God. But he deserved to go to prison because you can't just kill someone and think that you can just get away with it and say self-defense. That's just not right. And it should not, again, it should not be it should not, they should not promote it as the color of his skin because it had nothing to do with the color of his skin, racism, discrimination, none of that. Murder is murder. Wrong is wrong, right is right, and he needs to take accountability and responsibility of taking another person's life. Period. Point blank, period. And I just hope, if there is a trial, I really, really hope that there will be justice for the Metcalf family. I really do, because justice needs to happen. It needs to be served. That is it. And I hope to get rid of this guy because he's just going to just damage this case even more. He should just shut his mouth and not say anything. He's trying to sue the school, like I said, for Carmelo to graduate, good luck on that, because that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. I believe that the decision has been made. You cannot reverse it. You can try anything. I mean, he can try to sue them or try to say whatever he can, but rules are rules. That's why there's rules in the handbook, and that's why you don't bring a weapon to school property at all. And they're not even asking the question, why did he bring it? Why? What was he fearful of? And of who? And one more thing before I go. This is the people, this is the guy, like I'm going to keep showing, this is who you're supporting. So having a gun, sticking a middle finger like he's some rap video star. This is who you are supporting, the majority of you are. This is who you're saying that this is okay for this kid to take another kid's life who was unarmed. Okay? Unarmed. And you're worrying about him graduating? Like, really? That's the least of his problem, graduating. Least of his problem. He should be worrying about how many years he's going to spend in prison for killing someone. That's the main focus right now. Forget about the school. Forget about the weather. Focus on what you're going to do to help this kid to have a lesser charge if it goes to trial, or take a plea deal. My suggestion is, and I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer. What the hell do I know? I'm just talking and giving my input and my perspective. Take the plea deal. Take the plea deal. I guarantee if they don't take the plea deal and go to trial, it's not going to look well. It's not. And maybe that's why he did the press conference to get people on his side, to people to feel sorry for him. Maybe. I don't know. But again, it's not looking good. It's not looking good for the Anthony's family. It's not looking good for Dominic. And again, he should just quit while he's ahead, because he looks foolish and ignorant, and he has no idea what he's doing. Leave it to the professionals, because clearly you're not professional. You're unprofessional, especially what you did to Jeff Metcalf, kicking him out of that press conference, which he had every single right to be there. Every right. Every right. And you just kicked him out. No sympathy, no empathy, nothing. And you call yourself a minister, a fake one. But anyway, you guys, let me know what you think of this video. And if you do like it, please like, share, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts and your comments. And I want to say again, I love you all, and I really appreciate all the love and the support and the comments of what I'm talking about, especially with Sudishka, and then this case. And I'm definitely talking about Diddy. I did not forget about Diddy. I'm definitely going to his trial to cover the story about that, which I will share with you guys next month. I'm going to be covering the trial for 2 days, because I'm going to be in New York for 2 days to cover the trial, which I will give you all the information, what I know, which I'm looking forward to. And I just want to say thank you again from the bottom of my heart for the love and the support. Keep flowing it in. Keep showing me love. And let me know your comments and your thoughts about this video and every video that I've posted. I love you all. Take care. God bless, and stay safe.